first was dead. After this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when he had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, "Wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?" So they said, "Are you going to take that into the rice? This will punish you?" So they said, but he answered in his own language, the Hebrew, and said, "No." Wherefore, he also received the next torment in order, as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, "Thou, like a fury, takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up." To who? Yahweh Shai. Who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. So we've died, man. Made martyrs. That's in Revelation 20, verse 4. We have our heads decapitated, man. For the witness and testimony of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. There's nothing new underneath the sun, man. The same sufferings that our ancestors went through, you're going to have to go through the same. Consider Yahweh Shai what he went through. Now he's sitting on the right hand side of the Heavenly Father. Where they say, "Sit down on my right hand till I make your enemies your footstool." So he's waiting for the Heavenly Father to give him the green light to make Esau, Ishmael, all these other nations his footstool. To get that reward. We have to go through the same like duration. So this
is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 1. "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and they're going from us to the utter destruction, but they are at peace."
Right, we're at peace.
For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet their hope is full of immortality.
Though we be punished in the sight of men, because when it says, "A marvel not if the world hate," that time is coming. The persecution of the quote-unquote Christians, the believers, the true believers. As you were reading before, that great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They're going to come and arrest us and say that we're terrorists, extremists, radical believers. They might put us on the front news, right? On the newspaper articles. They say that we're terrorists because over there in China, they're breaking down all the mosques. They're breaking down all the mosques over there in China, right? So what? They're looking to get rid of all these extremists, these radical believers, man, right? That's what I'm saying, that over there in Germany, with the pro-Palestine and the anti-Israel protests over there in Germany, they were saying that they were looking to raid any people that were in support of the Hamas movement. Any people that was in support of the Hamas, they'll raid your home. Because the Hamas, that's a radical extremist group, man. You understand?
So they say.
Yeah, so they say. Because the Hamas, because the leader, he's born paid for, man.
That's right.
They're born paid for. They're born paid for, man. All these quote-unquote terrorist groups, Al Qaeda, ISIS, like Boko Haram, they're all born paid for by the super elite, all funded and paid for. There's something called controlled opposition. Right? Set up these terrorist groups and say, "Oh, they're terrorists. We need to send in the military and tackle these terrorist groups." But you funded them in the first place, man. It's all a means to an end. Anyway, come on, we got something.
This is Proverbs chapter 15, starting at verse 1. "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger." And these are grievous words to the so-called white man, you know. This truth is grievous words to the so-called white man.
Right,
it's going to make him come against those that are speaking freely.
Right, you understand? I'll read a few more verses and I'm going to close out. A few more verses and we'll close out. So it said, right, verse 10. 2 Maccabees 7, verse 10. "After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, These I had from heaven. And for his laws, I despise them. And from him, I hope to receive them again. So that young man, the third, he said, he put his hand and said, these the Lord gave me, but I despised them. But for his sake, I hope to receive them again. Maybe brother won't come back, man, and suffer the same martyrdom in this very same time. That's reincarnation. That's reincarnation. Brothers come back again. If you don't know the point, it says, insomuch that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, but that he nothing regarded the pains. Now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. But what they say, whatsoever is brought upon you, take cheerfully, as I was going to before. Right? Read a few more verses and then we're going to close out.
This is
Last verse.
back in Sirach chapter 2, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully,
Right.
and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in a furnace of adversity.
So gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace. The furnace is what? Fire. Of what?
Of adversity.
And adversity. The Lord is going to bring adversity upon you to try you before he comes to deliver you. And if you're unable to endure and to overcome, you isn't worthy. The Most High wants strength. Right? As what does it say in Proverbs? It says, he that faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. The Most High only respects the strong. These brothers that we're reading about Maccabees, these are strong brothers. Young men. Right? If they were standing here, they'll be younger than a lot of brothers here. They'll be younger than us. Coming up.
2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, for the Most High have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
Yeah, I believe. We look at the word fortitude. The word fortitude.
It sounds so nice, you got to say it twice, man. That's the second time it came out today.
Look at the word fortitude.
This is the word, fortitude. So this is the word fortitude, and it says moral strength, virtue, courage, force, firmness, manliness, to be strong or brave.
Right?
Yeah. The word fort, break it down, the word fort means a fortified place, a stronghold, fortress, a strong man.
Right, so the Lord is testing your fortitude. If you're able to endure.
That's the spirit. It says capable of endurance.
Capable of, he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. If you want to rule forever with a crown on your head, you're going to be immortal, ruling on planet Earth for eternity, forever. You have to prove yourself. You have to pay. You have to put a down deposit. You have to put a deposit down, man. You have to put your life down to get the life to come. Right? It's an exchange. It's an exchange that the Lord is requiring. Now,
Put in to take out, yeah?
huh?
Put in to take out.
Yeah. Right? If you want it, you gotta put an investment in. You're gonna have to invest. You're gonna have to cast your bread upon the waters. And you're gonna find it after many days. You gotta cast your lot. Lord willing, you're gonna get a return on your investment. Come on.
This is the book of Job, chapter 40, verse 7. Gird up thy loins now, like a man, I will demand of thee,
Right.
and declare thou unto me.
Right, the Lord gonna require it. Because you got a lot of money. I said it 2 weeks before. When you get this knowledge, you have a lot of money now. The Lord, the Most High has given you a lot. Now he's gonna require it of you now. You're gonna say, what have you done with it? I've given you a talent. What have you done with my money? You're gonna say, I feared you. You're not trying to flatter the Lord. You're not flattering. I feared you because you were an austere man. That's why I hid it. I hid it. Right? And then the Lord gonna say, now I'm gonna judge you according to the words at your mouth. You knew I was an austere man. You knew I reap where I don't sow. So now I'm gonna have to cast you into our darkness, which is the nuclear destruction. Oh, you got something.
Scripture. This is Luke 12 and 48. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes.
Right.
For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall much be required.
Much has been given. So now much is gonna have to be required now. Come on.
Tell me something now. The miracle job one more that. We not finished.
Say what?
The miracle job one more like this again. We not finished.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, I know this is a miracle, but they drop one more again. We not finished this time.
One more bomb.
Yeah, like this. This was on a small one.
No, that's America's destruction.
Yeah. But it's,
Basically asking if that's the last destruction to come.
Say,
Basically asking if that's like the one and final destruction to come.
yeah, that's the end. That's the end. That's the day of doom. That's Salakia. This is Second Ezra. So this is Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43. Right? So it says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein the corruption is past. So the day of doom is the end of this time. That's the day of doom. And that's the beginning of what? The immortality for to come. And who's the immortality? You gonna come with that? That's Yahweh Shai. He's gonna save us from this. He's gonna save us from this. He that drove to the end shall not be hurt of the second death. That's the second death, the lake of fire. That's how the Lord gonna come. The clouds of heaven. Right. Go show it, bro. Right? You get that right now. Because we have to show you, man. This is very important. Right? You're gathering money. You're getting a lot of money right now. Right? You're gathering treasures in heaven. Just by hearing, you're collecting. You are collecting right now. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Let me start verse 10 to verse 11. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, as it's going into. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. The devil, the so-called white man, prison, concentration camps, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. The first death was what? The flood, man, with Noah. The second death was what? The fire.
this is the last one.
They're the last one. That's the day of doom. That should be the end of this time. You not be hurt of it. That's what Yahweh said. There's some man standing here that don't go taste of death. You know what? You're going to enter in. You're going to enter in. What's it? Yahweh Shai, he's the one that's standing at the door. You're going to enter in, man. Right? You're going to be beamed up into a chariot. Right? The immortality for to come. You know how you're going to be made immortal? When the Lord comes with the fathership, you're going to be beamed up. Saved from the nuclear missile. Sound mad, sound crazy. But it's going to talk about the strangeness of our salvation, man. The strangeness of it, man. That's how we're going to be saved. And a nigga got saved. Yes. We're going to get saved, man, from what the hand of our enemies. Right? So look here. Let me get this. It's the 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 6. Whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished, when the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, preserved unto fire, against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So this world that we're in right now, this age of time, is reserved The Most High is keeping it for fire. Right? They go, they have it, man.
I can just say as well, that's what we're
Oh, yeah,
that's what we're hastening, man. We're hastening because we actually want before that day, man. Because why? Because we know that really we got next. The kingdom of heaven is about to be established.
Let me read this. Luke 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun. The point is in verse 27, right? And 28. Read into it. Verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, the stress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. Right? Protesting, farmer protesting over there in Europe. In France, Belgium, Germany, the Netherlands, Italy, the farmers are protesting. Obviously now, the government has eased it and said that we're going to reduce the taxes, right, and everything. But before, all hell was breaking loose with the farmer protesting, man. You had the pro-Palestine and the anti-Israel protesting. That's the sea and the waves roaring, right? And I said, there'll be signs of the sun and the moon, because obviously they're saying the next eclipse is going to be in April. The next solar eclipse is going to be in April. So that's signs in the sun. And then in the moon, you have our blood moons, super moons, who's signs in heaven. And upon the earth, the stress of nations. Right now, everybody's distressed, man. People are getting laid off their jobs, right? People getting laid off their jobs. You got the immigrant crisis. You got people in America talking about, listen, I've been working for 40 years. I got 40 hours per week. I work 2 jobs. I'm struggling to put a plate of food on my table. And hearing is these immigrants come in and they get free everything. Free hotels, free housing, free food stamps. Over there in America right now. Those immigrants are getting free everything. So now what the American citizens are saying, what? Joe Biden cares more for immigrants than his own citizens? That's a call for what? Civil unrest. Civil war, man. The distress among the nations. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming up on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Right? Men's hearts are failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. A lot of people are like, they don't know what's going to happen, man. They're confused. And you have doomsday preppers, people that are prepping canned food, tin food, honey, food that has long duration, like honey, rice. Yeah, you see them on TikTok. They're encouraging people to buy food with long duration. Why? Because they know what's happening. And read on, it says, and then, it's the point, verse 27, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Lift up your head, because our redemption, our buying back, our purchasing again, draweth nigh. The Son of Man going to come in what? The clouds of heaven, the great fathership. What the white man calls UFOs. That's how we're going to be beamed up and changed incorruptible. The scripture says, the day of doom shall be the end of this time, but the beginning of what? The immortality was to come, man. That's what we're waiting for.
That's the good news.
All right, man.
Yes. You
know that. Right, yeah. Yeah. So what do you think about America being destroyed and everything?
America being a war?
Yeah, like this whole war.
Yeah.
You know we're in the Third World War.
Yeah.
And
been in it for a long time.
Yeah. So we know that it's all arrows is leading to this. Pretty much.
Well, we've had that. We might get it again.
Huh?
We might get it again.
Right, yeah. But this is the total annihilation of the United States. The total annihilation of it. But we can see everybody hates America. The scripture says, I've made you small amongst the heathen and great in despised. Right? So, you gonna join the British military to fight Russia? Are you gonna do that?
I'm going to learn.
Why not? Why not?
I'm going to learn States and I'm going to stay near Brixton. Statesmanship and diplomacy will work.
But when they come to knock on your door and say, you have been enlisted.
Too old.
They're
Conscription.
gonna be desperate in that day. They're gonna take you coming.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, just cannon fodder, yeah.
Yeah, but they're doing over that in Ukraine right now. They're putting like pregnant women on the front line of battle. They got like 50,000 uniforms for women. They're putting them all in the front line. So that's a prelude to what they're gonna do. Yeah. So do you know about the mark of the beast?
Rings a bell.
Do you know about the digital device that you want to put in?
Specifically.
Okay.
Have you seen the film?
What?
Have you seen Bob Marley film?
No. Okay, we'll let you know your. That's the mark of the system. Okay.
It's so such a weirdo.
I've seen the bombardment film.
It's like I was saying last week, when we're gonna find more and more of these heathens trying to plead for these last days.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
He said he's gonna stay in Brixton. He said he's gonna stay in Brixton.
Yeah, 'cause through the spirit, he knows they're gonna be after Jake before they're after him.
You're gonna be hiding in the refill.
And the other me going down, shoot, come on, Taya.
You'll be hiding, boy. In Ritz. But anyway, man, with that, we're gonna close out, bro. And that, let's say, Barak of the Yahweh! Barak of the Yahweh Shai! Barak of the Yahweh! Barak of the Yahweh Shai! Barak of the Yahweh! Barak of the Yahweh Shai! Barak of the Yahweh! Bo Hashem! Yahweh Shai! Bo Hashem! Rakal Kodash! Kuam Yesha'ala! Kuam Yesha'ala! Kuam Yesha'ala! Kuam Yesha'ala! Yahweh Bo Hashem! Yahweh Shai! Barak of Right. Oh, man. Wow.